we are gonna make a new project to work with curves now, modeling with curves. First, I am going to teach you how to make, for example, vase, cups, bowls with curves and with a modifier. It is a really easy way to create things. So, Shift A and you have curves here. We can go at Bezier curve. This is the basic curve to make a lot of things. Tab Edit Mode and you have these handles here. You can click on this one. If you click on this one, it selects also this and this point. G you can move like this. If you move the G here, it is moving like this. G here, you can also R rotate, it is doing the same thing. R like this, and you can move your curve like this, get this R, like for example this. And in the properties, object data properties of the curve, you can add thickness here in geometry, in bevel, round, depth. You can add thickness here. If you want to close this and make faces here, fill caps like this, and you can make curve, cables, things like this. And also you can resolution here to make more, also here to make it smoother like this, and it is the basic curve like this. So now, how to make bowls with this, vase with curves like this? We are going to use the curve to make a profile of the thing we want to model. So, Object Mode, X, Delete, Shift A, Curve, Bezier curve. And with this, we need to add a modifier. First, we are going to turn this to make it, this is going to be our profile. R, Y, 90, like this. We are going in the modifiers, add modifiers, and also on curves you can add modifiers, but it is not the same as the modifiers in mesh. We have less modifiers here. So what we are going to put is the screw modifier, and you see you can turn things with the screw. I put the screw and now this is happening. We can change the axis like this. I'm going to put the X, and you see now it is doing this. So we can go on Edit, get the curve, do for example G, and now we can start creating something with this. We can get this, we can make a lot of things, lamps, without creating a mesh and putting subdivision to make it smooth and everything. For example, if I want to make this kind of stuff of a vase like this I can put it G, Y at not at 0, numpad 7, G to make it like this. I can make numpad this, numpad 3 to make it like this. Also I have this activated, I don't know. And then you can also extrude. If you want another line, another curve, E, then it is extruding like this. But I got the one here to make another line like this. I can also screw here, you can change it like this, So with this we can make, for example, slides, we can make screws, and you can make a ton of things. It is really fun to use. Now that we have this, so X delete curves, Shift A curve, busy curve, R, Y, 90, add modifier, screw, axis on X axis. We get this, we're going to move it like this, we get this, we can R put it like this, so it is flat, G, Z, we can put it like this, then this part we can E, this, go on the other side like this, for example, and then you can also add thickness to this. So once it is done, you can apply, I think we can't, we can, to apply, you need to turn this into a mesh. You can do solidify modifier like we did this on another modeling we did, I don't remember. You can apply the solidify to create thickness, even thickness, and then you see the thickness here. If you put it before, no, you need to put it after, screw, and then solidify. But first we're gonna remove this and turn this into a mesh. How to turn this into a mesh? This is done, right click and then convert to mesh, and now you see there is a little logo of the mesh. Before it was this, the curve, and now it is this, and now it is a mesh, so we can add all the modifiers of the mesh. We can add now the solidify, so it looks like this, even thickness. We can add more, maybe on this side. You can add subdivision. This is not really smooth, shade smooth, so you can add a subdivision too, so it subdivides. You can put it like this, so it is really smooth. And now it is just a vase, a cool vase or a bowl, so you can create cups and everything with this method. Now you can also create slides, screws. I'm gonna hide this H, and now Shift A, I'm going to put another curve, busy curve. And also a cool thing that you can do, you can draw the curve you want. For example, I want a ball with a profile that I draw. I go on edit mode and then I delete this X vertices. Now there is nothing, but we have the curve here, so there is something, but we deleted it. T, now here you can create, you can draw curves, you can get the curve pen, you can extrude. We're gonna get the draw, and now you can draw and it is transforming into a curve. So imagine I do this, my ball is gonna look like this. I can add now the screw modifier. I put it like this on X. I can do on edit mode here. I can move it, for example, like this, whatever I want. And I can draw shapes and screw them to turn them. Also, so now with slides, to create slides, I use the screw modifiers, and then here, screw, it is acting like a screw. For example, if I want to make a screw, I'm gonna use this. So now, X delete, we're gonna make a screw. So we are going to get a circle, but it is not, you can make it with a curve, but you can also make it with mesh. If I get the circle and I put the screw modifier, the screw here, and I screw it like this, that we are not going to see because it is a circle. But if I'm gonna remove this, edit mode, vertices, I get one, and I'm gonna delete everything around. So I'm gonna invert the selection, select, invert all these shortcuts here. This X, delete the vertices, and now this is acting like our profile, like a curve. So if I activate the screw modifier and do extrude, this acting like a curve. So we can we can extrude this to create the profile, and it is screwing, it is doing the screw modifier like this. So you can create the shape of the screw you want to make. So I go on numpad 3, I can go on X-ray, on wireframe, and here I can put the snap increment here to snap this, or I can just delete this and get this E to put it like this. Now I can do I can go here, I can go on this side to create the shape that I want. E, for example, like this, and then like this. And now I can put iteration here to make more. Now I'm gonna delete this. If I want to make a slide, we already did this with the vase and everything, basic curve. I'm going to get the modifier, the screw modifier, here on X, edit mode, G, for example like this, and then screw like this, for example like this, and then here I can get the select box, can get this, I can move it, for example like this, I can rotate, can move it like this, rotate this to make a shape like a slide, can move it, for example like this, R, well, it's not on this side. First I'm going to add a basic curve, X, and I'm going to draw it. It's going to be faster. So I'm going on this side, I get the draw, I want my slide to be like this, and now I can get it on Z, I can make it smaller, S, or bigger. I can move it here. And I'm just creating a slide. You can make more, like this. I can get the solidify to add thickness here, or I can turn this into a mesh on object mode, this, convert to mesh, then I get the solidify, even thickness. I can also get the subdivision here. We can add more, and now our slide look really good, and it is really fast to work like this. With curve, put modifiers like this. So now also with curve, we can use the curve to create necklaces, to create bracelets, to create tubes. So we can use the curve with the screw modifier, it's really good, and then add solidify, subdivision. Also we can use the curve with the array modifiers and with another mesh. If you want to make a necklace, for example, so I'm gonna delete this, and then we are going to add a mesh, not a mesh, a curve, and put a basic curve. I go here on top, numpad 7, edit mode, I do X to delete, I get the draw here, and you need to be on edit mode to get the draw tool, and delete on edit mode. So you get the draw here. I want my necklace to be like this, and then what I do to join this, I just get everything, object mode, I do convert to mesh, and then this, I select this and this, M to merge, at center or at first, at last, I'm going to do at center. Now we have this, and we can convert to curve. Now it is back to a curve. We need to create a mesh. Mesh, for example, I want a UV sphere, I'm going to do S, I'm going to do right click, shade smooth, and I want it to be a necklace to have a lot of spheres on the curve that I created. So we can put a array modifier to array everything, the sphere here, to put more array. First we need to apply the scale. The scale is at 0.111, and this one we're gonna do A. Command A, apply the scale. And now we click on this, we can put a lot, for example, maybe 40. We can put a little gap between them in the factor X, like this, and then we need to set this on a curve. So we need to put this on this curve. So we get this. We're going to put a curve modifier here, and we get our curve here. And now you see all of the spheres are on the curve, are following the curve. Now on array we can put more. So this, like this, we can play with this. So it looks like this is pretty good. And now we have all of our spheres on the curve, and on the curve we want to see the little line. So we can get the basic curve, and then we can go in Object Data Properties to add thickness like we did before. Here and now we can see it, and it's creating sort of a bracelet, a necklace, like this. So this is it. Also, you can create tubes like this. For example, I put, first I'm gonna hide this here. I'm gonna put Shift A, curve. I'm gonna put a basic curve like this. I can E to put longer like this. I'm gonna do a shape like this, for example, like this, and I'm gonna put to a cylinder. I want it to be a tube, so I can get this, X, delete the faces, and I can extrude inside. Alt E, extrude faces along normals. Like this, I can put them inside like this. And now I want this part to follow this and have a lot of parts like a tube, like a tunnel, like a cube, like a tube. So I am going to get this, put the modifiers curve, and follow the curve to here. Then deform axis, you can change it like this, and now you see it is deformed like this. If I do G, Z, it is following like this, and it is weird, it is deforming like this, and it is not the cylinder, it's not bending like the curve, because we need to add loop cuts so it can be deformed, it can move. So Control R here, you can put like this, click, and then exit, and now you see it is deforming. We can do shade auto smooth, we can add array, and the array at first we can put, so we put on Z, this on 0, you can put a little gap, or maybe what we can do here, we can get edges here, alt click here, and do a bevel, so there is a little gap. Control B, we can save. I'm gonna name it curves, save, and now you see there is a little bevel, so we can put 1, and it is doing like this. And now the array, we can put more, and you can create a tube, a sort of tunnel, a sort of slide, and also you can change the shape of the curve, and the objects are gonna follow because there is the modifier. So it is really simple and really fun to do, to play with curves. Now that we have this, so it's everything with the curves. So the curve you can create with the screw modifier, you can create balls, you can create also slides, you can create cups, vase, whatever you want, and it is really easy, and can move it, create the profile. You can draw, you can draw the profile and create very easily a mesh. You can create sort of slides of tunnel like this. Also, with the array and curve, you can create necklaces, you can create bracelets, you can create also with the screw modifier, you can create of course screws. So the curves are really easy to work with them. And you can create also cables just by like this, drawing a, oh, I get this one, drawing a curve, and then I need to in geometry put this one like this, for example, to create cables for the object you are modeling. So it is really easy to work with. So in this course we learned some modeling, some easy modeling with the mechanical pencil at first. Also we did the gumball machine with the simulation, we did the Nintendo Switch with a lot of booleans, we modeled with subdivision, also how to put a reference picture to get all the dimensions, everything. We worked with but also subdivision surface to make smooth shapes, really easy shape to work with and also really fun. We did some modeling with curves, with the screw modifiers, with the object on curve, and now you have everything to start modeling objects you want, or even characters. I don't do really characters, I only do objects, but characters is fun to do. Also you can do characters with the sculpting tab here to sculpt the character you want. And when you are modeling, don't forget to join everything or parent everything. For example, I want to move this curve and it is moving like this, and also don't forget to apply the modifier. If I want this to not move again, to just have this shape forever, I can just go in the modifiers of this, and then I can apply the array, apply this. When I move, just like this, if I want the curve to follow, if I put not an offset, a depth here in the bevel, I want this to be here, I just parent them. For example, the first one is the one that is the children, to the second one the active object that is the parent. So for example, this Control P, object keep transform, and now they are moving the two together. So don't forget to put parents, to join. If you want to join this and this, you can go on object join or this shortcut to join them, and then it's only one mesh. But first we need to convert this to mesh, so it is mesh, and they can be joined together. Don't forget to put collections too. It is really important if you want to create a new project and then import other objects you did on the project. For example, on the project we did on the switch with the buttons, I can get the buttons if I want here because I put them in a collection. File, and I can do append here. I go on my Gumball, it is not what the Gumball, it was the Nintendo DS. You see I have everything here, collection, and now I have the collection I created. So we created the cuts, cut stop, reference, the buttons. If I put the buttons, append, the buttons are gonna be here. And now we have this because the buttons, we parented this. So now I have this that we made with on the project with the Nintendo DS. So it is really good to create collections, and also with the materials. The materials are really easy. Just you select this like we did on the Gumball machine, material properties, you create two. This is the principal one. All of the objects are gonna have the first one. The second one is the one you can assign this, for example. So this one, if I put white, and this one that I assign it to this face, we can put, for example, black. And now you can go here in material preview, and now you have this also. So In this course we only did the modeling, not the light, the camera, the render, because it is totally a different subject, but you need this to have your final image. So Shift A, camera, you put the camera where you want. Shift A, light, you put the light where you want. Render image to render your image. I covered this on my free course, Blender 101, the very beginner course, my newbie course for free. So if you want to learn the camera, how to render a animation, a video, you can check my free course. So that's it for me. Thanks for following this course, and I will see you in another course, another video, another content that I post on my Instagram. You can follow me on my Instagram if you are not coming from directly from my Instagram. And I will see you next time. Bye.